Hello and welcome to my tutorial on how to make these 3D candy hearts perfect for Valentine's Day coming up. I'm going to be doing this on my iPad in Cricut Design Space, however you could do it on your laptop as well. The main difference is these buttons down here are probably going to be on the left hand side and the buttons here I believe are on top. So I'm just going to move us over here and I'm going to be using this arrow to hopefully point out exactly what I'm talking about, hopefully help you understand a little bit better. So to start things off, we're going to go over here down below and hit the shapes button. And then we're going to go all the way to the right, and we're going to hit the heart. And we're going to hit it twice because we want 2 hearts. Now right away I'm going to change the colors just to make it easier for myself so I know exactly what I'm dealing with, which heart is going where, what I'm trying to do. The heart in front, I do like to make it a lighter shade, and the heart in behind, I do like to make it a darker shade. That way it really helps with that 3D effect. So what we're going to do is go down to Edit. Make sure you tap your heart, and we're going to hit the basic cut, that little circle. So let's go ahead and do a purple heart. I'm going to go ahead and hit the light purple. And then the same thing for the other heart. I'm going to tap it, basic cut, but this time I'm going to do the darker shade of purple. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to play around and set the hearts how we like them. So for me personally, I do kind of like to do my hearts kind of diagonally, a little bit to the side, a little bit down. There is another option though, and I'll show you quickly. So some people, as opposed to kind of diagonally, they do like it a little bit more to the side. So let's say something like this. Now the thing you may notice, unfortunately, instead of this one nice point, it has 2 points with this awkward space. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and fill that in. So we're going to go down to the left here and tap shapes again. And instead of a heart, this time we're going to go ahead and hit the square. So with the square, I'm going to try and connect it to this back heart to fill in that space. So I'm going to go back to Edit, which is over here. I'm going to change the color, make it that dark purple. And I'm going to do 2 main things with this. So in the bottom corner, you see these double arrows here. That's going to make it bigger and smaller. And the other top corner here, you're going to see this kind of spiral arrow. That's to turn it around. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in, make it a little bit easier. And you see how it automatically wants to go in front? That's because it's just a new layer that we added, so it automatically wants to go in front. What we're going to do to change that and put it in behind with the other heart is we're going to hit Arrange. So tap the square, Arrange, and send it to the back. So now you'll notice it goes in behind here. So go ahead and play around and just kind of fit it where you want it to be. The main thing you're going to want to make sure of is that it connects with this line of the light heart and with this line of the dark heart. And I'm not going to make mine absolutely perfect just because I'm going to be cutting out this heart over here instead of the one here. But just play around until you're happy with it. If you have it set, you love it, you accidentally move it around, it's okay. Just hit the undo button and it'll put that square exactly back to where it was. So let's say I accidentally moved that. Oh, didn't want to. I'm just going to hit the undo, and now it's exactly where it was. So I'm going to take the top heart. I'm just going to move it out of the way so we don't accidentally do something to it. I'm going to highlight the square and the heart. I'm going to go down to Actions, and then I'm going to weld it. So highlight and weld. And what weld is going to do is it takes 2 separate images, 2 shapes, and it puts them together and makes it one image, one shape. Unlike group, which you may or may not have used, I'll go over in a minute, group keeps the shape separately and then moves them around together. So now we notice that this dark heart is in front, so just like the square, we're going to put it at the back again, so make sure you go under Edit, Arrange, and send to back. Perfect. So now I just like to line it up again. Perfect. So now we have the 2 options for the heart. just go over one that's kind of going diagonal versus one that's just kind of going sideways. Now what we could do is we could leave it like this. The only thing is once we actually cut it out, you'll notice once you put the final image together on a cup or whatever object you're putting this on, it's not really going to sit flat, so we're just going to do something to help with the final product once it's actually in vinyl and cut out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight, first I'm going to take the top heart, I'm going to go down to actions here, and I'm going to go ahead and duplicate it. So heart, duplicate, and same for the other one. And we're going to move it out of the way, and you'll see why in just a second. So I'm going to highlight both the front and the back parts, and then I'm going to click slice. So now you'll see that took all those lines that were together and all the shapes, and now we have a whole bunch of different parts. The only ones we really want from that is this part, was the visible part of the heart that was in behind. And now you'll see it just fits perfectly around the other heart. And in our final product, we're now going to have the two parts sit nice and flat and flush. It's going to look a lot more professional, a lot better. So we can just take these, highlight them, and just delete them. We don't need them. And same thing, move this part, and delete. Now let's say you made a little accent there. You didn't want this extra kind of tail here. All you could do is go back to shapes. You could take a square. Oops. Just line it up at whatever part you want to get rid of. And highlight both the square and that part. We're going to go back to actions and slice. And now we can delete those parts. Whoops. So now we have the more perfect, I guess, part. Go ahead and line that up. And if it's not lined up properly, it's just because it sent that dark part to the front again, just because we adjusted it. You can, if you want to, you could hit edit and send it to the back again, or you could leave it as is. It doesn't really matter at this point. Now all that's left for us to do is add in the words that we want. So these are candy hearts, so let's just put the word love. So we'll go down to text, down below. Now usually when you open up text, it's going to bring you to the part that says Cricut, but the problem with that is you'll notice that everything says 699, 699. That's because all these fonts that you're seeing, you do have to pay for. So for free fonts, just hit system and it gives us a whole list of free fonts to use. If you want a cursive font, you're going to want to go all the way to the bottom. You'll see there's one here, here, and here. I'm just going to click a random font. I'm going to put the word love. And I'm going to line it up. And let's say, oh, you know what? I don't really like this font. I'm going to make sure I'm in edit. And right where the arrow is still pointing, I'm going to hit that where it says the name of the font. And I'm just going to go ahead and play around and find a different one. Let's click a random one there. I'm going to go ahead and change the color of it too. So I'm going to actually be using white vinyl for the words, so I'm just going to make it white just so I can see what's going to look like. So white and apply. Okay, and now once you have it set, let's say that you like the width but you don't really like the height, you wish it was a little bit longer, we can adjust that. You'll want to click this lock button, you're going to want to make it unlocked, and then hit the height, and we're going to adjust it. So let's say you want it in between these two heights, the 1.88 and 2.13, you could actually type it in. So let's just say I want it at 2.05. I could do that, and perfect. Oops, undo. So that is how we actually made the other hearts here. So once you're done and you have your hearts how you like them, just confirm that you have it the right size that you want. We'll go up to the right hand corner and we'll hit make it. Okay. So you'll notice that the mats are automatically going to be organized by color. And you can move these around, you could twist them to fit it. This is perfect for, let's say you already cut out a different project, and let's say that project was 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters, so that whole little area is gone. You could go ahead and put it at around where you still have your vinyl. You'll see all the other hearts that are made and all the parts. You could even do something like, oh, you know what, I actually wanted this XO to be pink. I don't want it to be in white. You can hit these three dots, move object, and then tap the pink matte. And now it's going to also print out with this pink. Now you do have to be careful. Obviously you're going to be putting the vinyl into the machine itself. So just be careful that you're confirming that you have the right color with the right matte. You have all your objects that you want to be the right color, And that's it on how to make these 3D candy hearts in Cricut Design Space. If you have any questions or anything related to Cricut, feel free to leave it down below. I will be making a second video on me actually cutting out everything, putting the vinyl through the machine. So if you're not sure where to go from here, that's okay. Just go ahead and find the next video and I'll help you out there. Thank you and have a good one.